Okay, so I was in the process of planning out my what if videos because I told y'all I was working on that. And by the way, that process is taxing because finding B roll for a what if video with all these scenarios is it's not exactly easy, and I don't want to just do like the standard like gameplay or whatever. I'm trying to come up with something. Okay, just bear with me, but I was interrupted in my how do you say my think tank time or my thinking time, however you want to phrase it. I was interrupted when I saw that social media was talking about Brand New Day, and apparently, like the news for Brand New Day is that well, first of all, I guess they released like the first 2 pages of the script, and then the director was talking about it a little bit, and he was talking about Peter, and he said or mentioned that Peter had an AI in the movie in his cowl, I guess, and well, the internet took offense to that. Apparently, they took that personally because there's been so many, not everybody, mind you, but so many people complaining about the fact that Spider-Man has an AI. You even have people saying, "Oh, they're just continuing Iron Boy Jr. or whatever," and it's like, dude, are you that slow? Like, come on. Let's use some critical thinking, right? Because they very much so mentioned that Peter created this AI himself. This isn't something that is from Stark Tech. This is something he made. Now, I saw some people tweeting they was in defense of it, saying that they think it's a lot of Raimi fans. I guess wanting things to be like it was for the Raimi movies, and I think they're partially right. The Raimi fan base has become very toxic, and I think I can say that because I grew up on the Raimi movies. I was like 10 when Spider-Man 1 came out, so yeah, I was I was old enough to remember all three of the or well, Andrew didn't have a trilogy, but you know what I mean. The three trilogies, the all the Spider-Man movies up until now. Okay, but my point is, they want things. That's just like the Peter Parker being miserable thing. That's a large part of the Raimi fan base that advocate for that. And look, I've been saying I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to do it. I don't know if I said it in the video for you all to see, but let's just say Raimi fans have a rude awakening if you follow me, because I'm going to do some videos on the Raimi movies, and let's just say I'm not going to be talking about them or praising them the way everybody seems to do, because the Raimi movies have problems, and no one wants to admit that, and that the fact that no one wants to admit it, and the fact that everybody always turns to the Raimi movies when they're talking about stuff, or that being the gold standard of how things should be, and it's like, sorry, um, y'all talk about Zendaya as Mary Jane. I've said this before and I'll say it again. The Raimi movies ruined Mary Jane. Kirsten Dunst's Mary Jane is by far, except for maybe the one in the comics for the past couple of years, has been the worst iteration of Mary Jane ever. The Raimi movies, I'm just be blunt with you. The Raimi movies ruined a lot of Spider-Man characters, but I'll get into that more when I talk about the Raimi movies in a video of their own. Back to the AI thing. There's nothing wrong with Peter Parker having AI. Have we seen it before in the comics? I'm sure we have, but it hasn't ever been like this constant thing. It's not like Peter Parker always has AI. He in these movies, obviously, you look at it in a situation where Stark Tech does exist, but even though he doesn't have Stark Tech, he can still create AI. I mean, let's pause the fact that Peter Parker is a genius, but let's think about the fact that we are all walking around with AI on our phones right now. We are walking around with AI on our tablets right now. We are walking around with AI on our computers right now. So why is it so hard to grasp or to accept that Peter Parker has an AI? Hmm. And then I saw someone else complaining about the fact that he has an AI, which he has an AI and he's supposed to be talking to himself. Why now he's gonna be talking to the AI and Spider-Man is known for talking to himself and yada yada yada. And I'm like, okay, he can still talk to himself. Just because he has an AI doesn't mean he can't still talk to himself or monologue to himself like he does. We don't, for one thing, we don't know the nature of what this AI is going to be like. It could be something really, really baseline, as simple as by the way, the AI's name is Evie, but it could be something as simple as Peter saying, "Hey, Evie, put this pinpoint on my hood or on my map or something like that, so the city, so I can get there." Or Evie, log that I only have 3 web shooters left and I need to make some more. Like we don't know the nature of what the AI is going to be like, and that in and of itself is why it's foolish to jump the gun and get pissed about the fact that Peter Parker has AI in this movie. To be honest, a lot of people are just looking to complain about it. They're looking to fuss and find something wrong with the movie. A, because it's MCU, and B, because a lot of people have issues, or a certain number of people have issues with Tom Spider-Man. Again, i.e. a lot of Raimi fans and probably some Webb fans. But the MCU obviously is a world that's ahead of us in terms of technology. I mentioned that we have phones, AI on our phones and stuff, and when you think about it, why wouldn't Tom's Peter, and someone had brought this up, I can't remember where I saw it at, but someone had brought this up and it was a good point. Why wouldn't Peter have access to AI in the world that he lives in? Toby Spider-Man didn't have a cell phone. Why? Because in 2000, was it 2002, I believe? In 2002, cell phones were up and coming. Like they weren't like as popular as they are now. But Andrew's Spider-Man did have cell phones, right? So that's relevant because by the time Amazing Spider-Man came out, it was like 2012. Obviously, cell phones were a much bigger thing. So you fast forward now, it's 2026 in real world, and then in MCU world is 2028 from what they're saying. So there's no reason why Tom's Peter wouldn't have AI. And again, he created it. Again, he's a genius. You do want him to be true to character, right? He made his outfit. He's making his web shooters. He apparently, according to those 2 pages of the script, he has created some type of device that will essentially patch up his costume. None of this, by the way, is out of the realms of possibility for Peter Parker, because Peter Parker's a genius. The only thing I can see you asking is, well, how did he get the money to afford that? Yeah, I give you that. But also at the same time, we hadn't seen the movie, so we don't know how he made the money. In No Way Home, he clearly had some type of money for the apartment he rented, because for most apartments, I don't know if you know, but you gotta have like a down payment or whatever. So yeah, he's getting money from somewhere already. So let's just chill on the whole Peter Parker AI thing. Y'all are, not you all, but a lot of Spider-Man fans are really tripping. Chill out, all right? It is not a problem for Peter Parker to have AI. That is probably going to be the least of people's concerns when it comes to that movie. Quite frankly, I'm glad he has an AI, because again, it kind of brings it to modern day, and also, quite frankly, as depressed as y'all want Peter Parker to be, he might need an AI friend to talk to him here and there, because that's what that. Now the director did say that's sort of like the only friend he has right now. So I guess in that aspect, he will be talking to the AI. So, but again, that doesn't mean he won't be still talking to himself from time to time, even if the AI pops in like, "You all right?" But yeah, so that's all I had to say about that. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Drop a like if you like the video. The what if videos are coming. Please be patient with me. And remember, we have the high ground. Catch you later.